Williams hits both free throws. And the Knicks back up by 9 as Jeremy Lin draws a foul.
Yeah, this is what he did in Charlotte. He was able to break down the Knicks deep repeatedly, getting into the paint, creating havoc. So he's at the line for 2.
Williams commits his first.
Lin, an 83% shooter from the line, averaging 11 points. Kenny, in that game, that was one of the few times the Knick bench has been outplayed. Lamb and Lin really putting on a show with their 31 points combined.
Knick bench has done a terrific job throughout the season. In fact, Steve Clifford, the Hornets coach, was asked about.
See if Gallo can keep Lin out of the paint. High screen coming.
Here's Lin driving on Seraphin.
Remember, he made some uncanny shots and then down the stretch to preserve that victory.
All right, thanks, Rebecca. And Williams hit that shot with 12 on the 24 as Lin is unable to hit. And a new 24 for the Hornets. Here is Marvin Williams. Short. Kaminsky the rebound, and he lays it in. Hornets have Lin and Lamb, Kaminsky, Williams, and Hawes on the floor. This is Hawes hitting a 3.
Become the career leader scoring, one of the best scorers in the history of the game.
Here is Lin on the alley-oop for Lamb.
Galloway looking, Lamb cooking back door that time. In the second quarter, trying to get the right combination out on the floor.
Jose Calderon back to the game. Here is Lin driving, and Amundsen commits his second.
Man took quite a shot by Armisen. Watch Lin, he's fearless. Hell bent to the hoop. Watch him just sacrificing his body that time, jumping into Armisen. So he's shooting 2 more.
Friday night at MSG, the Knicks take on Russell Westbrook and the Thunder on Friday Night Knicks, presented by Dodge. Live coverage begins at 7:30 with Visa Knicks Game Night. Knicks Thunder Friday on MSG, also available on MSG Go. Hawes fouled up by Vujicic, and it's rebounded by Hawes.
Come Lin, here comes Lin.
And he lays it in.
Come on, man, he went coast to coast and no one there to deny him.
Here's Lin taking it inside, dishing off, and Jefferson lays it in.
Low post, but watch Lin penetrates Jefferson, the beneficiary, hooping off the glass. Vujicic has the task of denying Lin, now Melo.
Lin from 3. Porzingis the rebound. Walker back the other way. Lin thought about shooting the 3. Was bumped by Porzingis, now puts it up and hits.
See again, Porzingis guarding Lin, a guard. So they've been able to arc the ball over his hostile fingers. Melo working diligently that time off the glass.
And now Lin draws a foul. It's Lopez, number 3.
Lin continues to be on the rampage. When we return, Lin at the line to shoot 2. And right now, this is the star of the game. Jeremy Lin, hell-bent, steadfast, harassing the Knicks, creating mayhem, getting into the paint. So
here's Lin to the line, and he hits the first. Charlotte now 7 of 14 from the charity stripe.
Yep. 8 from the line.
Here's Lin, takes it inside. And it will be Knicks basketball.
Seraphin doing a good job impeding his way. Watch Lin a little out of control as he tries to get to the hoop. Seraphin standing there.
Six-second differential. Here is Hawes from 3. Rebounded by Amundsen.
Doing a good job that time with the hook shot.
Second straight game in double figures for Seraphin. He now has 10. Here is Jeremy Lin way off the bar, kept alive by Hawes. And now a Walker three. Thomas open. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Lin. Off the steal, here comes Calderon. The two on the floor for the Hornets. He has been held to 1 point tonight. The reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Here's Hawes. And it's knocked out of bounds by Marvin Williams.
Oh, it's short. Short.
Robinson and Marvin Williams in a collision hit the floor. Williams slow to get up.
Williams' second collision. Before it was with Miller.
Right at the end of the first half. Here's Hawes.
We're seeing the hook shot now. Oh!
Here's Lin. Stepping inside the line, it is Lamb, and he hits. Now Galloway looking for Anthony underneath the basket, and Carmelo unable to hit.
Carmelo's missed 3 layups tonight.
There's Jeremy Lin who pulls out, and the Hornets have cut the Knicks lead to 7. Charlotte on a 6-0 run.
Not an aberration. We've seen this all season.
Here's Walker. Back out for Lin. Lin on the fade over Galloway. No good. Here's Williams on the move. Driving on. Marvin Williams who blocks the shot. And then it was Lin with the save. Jeremy to Jeremy. Hornets back up by 5. There's Grant. Anthony from 3. Knicks have missed their last 9 attempts.
Oh!
Here's Hawes on the fade over Porzingis, and it's rebounded by Anthony.
He was open the first shot before he reversed. Should have kept to the hoop.
Knicks turn it over. Here's Lin. 4 Knicks get back. Knicks second quarter for the Hornets, led by their reserves. Lin and Land have combined for 13. Knicks turn it over, and they get it right back. Here is Lopez.
Walker dancing, can't finish. Oh, Knicks missed time to jump.
Nice job by Anthony to corral the rebound. Drops it off for Porzingis, who lost the handle.
That's Melo's fault. Never give the big guy the ball until he can do something with it.
Comes a follow. Galloway back out to a follow. Dishing off to Serafin. Nice touch.
This run is noteworthy. Melo has not been scoring, but dishing and working diligently on the defense.
Takes it inside on Batum. Does not get the roll. Keeps it alive. And then is stripped. And Anthony remains down along with Marvin Williams. Here is Lin firing from 3. Anthony finally up on his feet.
Fisher knowing that every point is going to count in this one.
Grant with 3 seconds. Galloway from 3. It's gone at the buzzer.
It's the splendid ball movement around the perimeter. Melo had a shot. Gallo had a better one right in front of the Hornets bench with the switch.
And the defense, the more I can save energy for those little moments, is that you have to be sharp the whole time, but you kind of figure out where you can conserve a bit of that energy, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by the coaching staff or general manager Steve Mills, who calls Kristaps a great student of the game, saying,
here comes Galloway.
2 consecutive turnovers.
Nails a 3. His second of the night.
It's raining threes now, folks.
10-point lead for the Knicks midway through the 4th. Anthony double team gets it out for a Galloway 3.
Melo's found Galloway a couple of times from downtown. So good dishing and switching again by the Knicks.
Willis Reed leading the cheers here at the Garden. Langston Galloway's 3rd 3 of the game moments ago. Foul call prior. Here's a follow. He puts it up and does not get the roll. Down to 1 minute on the clock. 7 on the 24. Anthony back out for Calderon. And now Galloway from 3.
Good job that time to find Porzingis.
Anthony averaging 3.5 assists per game as Zeller hits cutting to the hoop, and he will head to the free throw line.
Right there, he sees the ball, doesn't see Zeller. Lopez trying to help out in vain, so Zeller attempted 15 free throws the previous time.
A follow off the back of the rim from three. Porzingis battling for the rebound. Zeller has it.
Yeah, Zeller bounding and astounding now, averaging 5 a game.
Now Walker driving on Porzingis, lays it in.
No longer playing inside out.
And the Hornets, Clyde, rarely turn the ball over. Good job by Porzingis, but then it's Zeller on the follow. The Knicks with a 4-point lead. 4.5 in first quarter.
Got a good pace to this one. Back and forth we go. Jefferson has the hook shot.
Puts it up with the right hand and in.
One-handed bandit down there. She's like to
by Lopez.
Well, in a mismatch, he's 6'5", Walker 6'1".
And he has it knocked away by Walker.
Yeah, not protecting the ball with his body that time was a follow.
Now Walker guarded by Porzingis. And Walker hits.
Knicks get in trouble too much when they start switching.
9 straight points for the Knicks. They lead by 9. Here is Lamb for Hawes. And that puts an end to the 9-0 Knick run.
Good creativity by Lamb breaking down the Knick D. Hawes, an uncontested baseline jumper.
Well, Kenny, glad you mentioned it already. The Knicks really trying to push the pace in that first quarter. The coaching staff tells me that the goal is to try to get the ball over the half-court line by the...
Here's Jeremy Lamb, takes it inside. And the Hornets have their first lead of the game.
And traveling, missing shots, turning it over now.
Here is Hawes from 3 again.
A little deja vu from Hawes, straight on with the hoop.
Shot clock winding down as Porzingis takes it inside on Batum, and it's rejected by Jefferson.
Jefferson helping out on the play, doing a good job along the baseline, but the Knicks retain it.
Jefferson blocked 7 shots in a game against the Knicks last January. The Charlotte lead is 7. 4.5 remaining. First half from the Garden. Kenny Albert, more Clyde Frazier, Rebecca Harlow. Kemba Walker followed up inside, and he will head to the line.
Porzingis the culprit. Well, watch the baseline, how open he's going to come. And Porzingis has to catch up. And look at Walker using the rim and his body nicely to draw the well, I did not see a lot of contact there.
Followed up by Seraphin. Galloway takes it all the way. Offensive foul. Langston Galloway.
You can see it coming. So did Walker. Watch, Walker's going to sacrifice his body. Gallo 6'2", 205. There's the diminutive Walker taking that shot.
Screen set by Lopez for Calderon. Back for Lopez. Lopez, offensive rebound, then it was stripped.
Yeah, good hands by Jefferson. Oh, Lopez traveled before he put that ball up.
Jefferson calling for the ball, then hands off to Walker, who lays it in.
How sweet it is. The oldest play in the game, the old backdoor trick. Walker, the recipient.
Charlotte back up by 1. 4 minutes in, third quarter from the Garden.
His pace has been relentless.
Off the steal. Here comes Walker.
Oh!
Zeller.
This is how we started the game. Zeller bounding and astounding. So a good second effort that time. Very few fouls, just perpetual motion by both teams.
Walker hits from 3. So Kemba Walker with 7 of his 17 here in the third quarter. And after the Knicks took the lead, the Hornets have scored.
Seraphin woeful his previous stint. There he is open.
Anthony double teamed. Calls timeout.
Yeah, good double team that Williams and Jefferson along the sideline.
Knicks lead by 2. As Walker lays it in.
Walker, an auspicious homecoming.
Jaren Grant in for the Knicks. Here's Kaminsky. Chased down by Lamb, who puts it up and in.
Yeah, good job by Williams keeping that ball alive, allowing Lamb to hoop off the glass. And of course, the shorts were short.
Yes, they were. Robinson committed his 3rd, and then Kemba Walker.
8-foot jumper.
Sees it out of 16 for a flow. Now Walker will head to the line.
That was some razzle dazzle by Walker. Look at Melo's defense denying the ball that time to land.
As Walker driving on Porzingis, up with the right hand, and he gets the roll.
We've seen that a lot this season. When the game's on the line, futility.
There's Batum, and that is his first field goal. It's a 3, pulling the Hornets to within 4.
You gotta deny the 3-ball and don't foul. Batum.
There is a drum that beats steady and strong. It does not know defeat. I feel it bound and know the sound of truth.
A Willis Reed type performance by Patrick Ewing.
We will raise